we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rebellious Business Show. We are live most Wednesdays, usually every Wednesday, but we weren't live last Wednesday and we're about to have Christmas. So most Wednesdays we are live to bring you a midweek pick-me-up, a bit of fun. And yeah, this is the show. Welcome. It's great to have you here. If you are watching on the live stream, hello. If you are watching on the replay, hello. Let us know that you are here either way by dropping a comment in the chat. It's always really nice to see who's been watching and also have a little chin wag with you in the comments after the show as well. For those of you tuning in for the first time, my name's Cordelia. This is the amazing Caroline. We run this show and we are founders of the Rebellious Business Network, which is a networking group where we have networking events and we essentially just love bringing people together. It is the thing that lights us up. So that is what you'll find us doing most of the time. We actually have a networking event that we're running tomorrow called the Collab, and it's happening inside our school community. So if you haven't heard of our school community yet, you're not in there. If you're in the tribe, which is our membership, then you'll also have access to this. But if you're not in the tribe or the school community, come and join the school community, because that is where we're going to be hosting an amazing networking event tomorrow called the Collab, which is all about connecting and collaborating with other rebellious business owners. A very powerful thing to be doing. Huh?
It's next Thursday.
Is it next Thursday? Oh, do you know what? I've been in a whirlwind, Caroline. I don't know what day it is. Is
I was just like, yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, it's next Thursday.
We're in NAC week this week, aren't we?
Yeah, we're in NAB Client Week this week. Okay, so Cordelia has had a whirlwind few weeks. We have changed systems. Whenever we change systems, the pressure is really mounted on Cordelia. So we don't have a networking event happening tomorrow. This is a form of our networking events. We love to go live for you guys because we love to bring you guys together so you can get to know each other in the chat. Introduce yourselves, like let us know who you are, what you do, because you never know who's reading. It's great especially if you're on the live, to let us know, because often we recommend Rebels to other people. If like we know someone's looking for a social media manager, we're like, oh yeah, I've got people I know. So it's really great for you guys to give yourself some exposure with the channels that we offer. But we do not have a networking event happening tomorrow.
We don't. Well, that's good actually. I mean, so I've got one more week.
I mean, you must have been feeling crazy. You're like, Jesus, I've got to do.
I've got to know it wasn't tomorrow. Like, it's snack week this week. Just been like, I have been head in the tech so much so that I've disconnected from life. Like, it's nuts. I really feel like I need a recalibration of sorts.
Yeah, I am.
Usually that would happen with a big bottle of wine, but you know, I've got a big baby bump here, so I can't even drink wine. It's so annoying.
I'll drink it all for you. Don't you worry. That's how good a business partner I am for you.
Oh, well, thanks, babe. Knew I could count on you.
Yeah, I'll get drunk for you.
Well, anyway, look, you've now got way more time to prepare yourselves for the collab. Come and join us. Come network with us. It's an amazing networking event. And actually, what I really like about the collab is it's small and it is really, really, there's just great people on there and it's really cozy. So you've got some great opportunities there to connect and collaborate with some business owners that are taking networking seriously, but also who are running businesses based on what they're passionate about, all consider themselves to have a bit of a rebellious streak, and it's really good fun. And we've seen some great things come out of the collab. We've had people do guest blogging, guest blogs on each other's websites. We've had people interview each other on podcasts. We've had people do social media posts together and become accountability partners and do service swapping and all this stuff. And it's so useful if you're a business owner, which of course you are, because why would you be here otherwise? It's so useful to have those kind of connections and have that gateway into creating those kind of connections in a way where that's what everyone's looking for. People are looking for people to collaborate with, and it's very powerful, really, really powerful. So that's happening next week.
So yeah, great. If you guys want to join the community, I've just jumped right in.
That's it. You just said the same thing.
You have your fake wine. Let me carry this next sentence.
Come on, you go.
You enjoy that squash. Yeah, so guys, if you want to join, we've got the links coming in the chats. It's within the school community, the Rebellious Business Network on school. And you can start to get to know the others that will be on that that call. So we'd love to see you there. One of the things that came out of the last collab, which was really amazing, because we're learning about everyone as we're going through. We set you sort of challenges inside the well, when we're doing the collab, it's all about helping you collaborate on specific things. You know, and one of the things we found last month was that people were looking for just sort of accountability buddies. Like we've been doing things like, you know, get in front of each other's audience or do service swapping, or even like things like how do you help one another move forward in it, like, you know, just like advice or whatever. And we had two rebels that were like, we're both really new in our business journey, so all we've decided to do is become newbie business friends to support each other through the ups and downs and the trials and tribulations of business. And we said to the people on the collab, the rebels of the collab, is this something that would be important for you guys if we set like challenges, or we set specific opportunities for you to just make business connections that are supportive? And everyone put their hand up, because we gave a few options. It's like, are you here for this? And everyone, you know, we had the odd hand going up here, there. And then when we said about, you know, would you like to feel more supported and meet people that will be there on your journey, and everyone raised their hands. So that's the type of people that we attract, and it's also the type of connections that we're going to try and help foster. So if that's something that's meaningful to you, I think that'd be a really good it's a really good event for you to join. It is small, it is intimate, and so I think personally now is the best time, because we're growing, so it will get bigger, it will get less intimate, and that's not something we can really moderate. So if you want to make really like tight connections and strong connections from the beginning of your business journey, and or well, any part of your business journey, maybe there's an element of loneliness or whatever it is, that would be a really good event for you to join. But of course, we also do a number of other events, but we'll go into that another day, because we've got plenty of time. It's not till next week.
Yeah, we've got loads of time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the day we became the Tinder for business.
Yeah, I love that.
I really want to roll that idea out. Anyway, we're going to park
that. Tinder's a bit, oh, it's not our messaging.
Maybe it's not our messaging. No, but imagine if we had everybody who was in the tribe or in the school community in a stack, and you could connect and open up a specific one-on-one chat with that person. You can kind of do that in Mighty Networks, but not in the same way. I want swipes and stacks and things, you know? That would be fun.
Yeah, okay.
Because then you both have to want to connect with each other in order to connect. Otherwise, you're just getting DM'd by people that you're not interested in hearing from.
Okay.
Like LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spidey sense is going. Oh, now has anyone got a spare 10 million to invest in tech?
Oh, we just need Kieran Skillett, and we'll be grand.
That's it. Yeah.
Let's get him on board, partner. Anyway.
Which is a prime example, ladies and gentlemen, of how we recommend. See, we give Kieran some airtime there.
He's Kieran Skillett, the man to go to if you want to build SaaS.
Yeah. See, that's why you guys need to get in front of us, because God, how many have we got in our audience? I mean, across the board, it must be we don't
know all of them, though. We only know the ones that make themselves known.
That's true.
But I made a new friend this week. Her name's Emily Ray. she's on a show now. She's got a Christmas tree without any decorations, because she's just moved house and the decorations are in the old house. And this is the thing, like, I now know about Emily. She is a HR specialist. She helps people in that arena. And yeah, it just becomes, she's now part of the referral pool in my mind, for sure. Absolutely. Sorry for making you jump, Emily, but it's great to have you with us. Welcome.
Put us to the test. That is exactly
Jennifer,
it.
you can't do awkward questions from my bed. Like, it's not, it's not like that. Literally, it is not a place where we can do awkward questions from. I'm just going.
I'm cold. I'm miserable and I'm cold.
All right. I
was planning on taking a nap after too.
Thanks, Jennifer. Welcome, my love.
Hello. How are we?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Better
Can you hear
than
the
you,
lie?
Sorry?
Can you hear the lie? She's like, yeah, good.
We're surviving at the moment, aren't we?
I'm thriving. We're at this place. You know, wait, I watched this Brené Brown thing. Cordelia, out of 100, where are you at?
Oh yeah. I'm like 47.
Oh, I'm like 78.
Wow.
So,
Where are you, Jennifer?
Oh, I'm low. It's 36.
Wow.
100
36.
people though.
That's gone up though, Jennifer. It's gone up
Yeah.
from last
Yeah,
week.
yeah, yeah. We've
That's
gone
good.
up.
We're
Yeah,
climbing.
yeah. This
Um,
weather is just not helping, but enough
Right.
said about that.
Together we make
enough said.
100. We're winning. That's what you're going to say, right?
Yeah, so we've got 100% to give among three of us.
Well, aren't we full of beans?
Actually got nearly, I reckon we got about 100, we got over 150, no, something like that. Anyway, so we're not doing too bad.
No,
I love that. John
19.
Denley's just blended his 86 as well to the mix.
Oh,
Mahak is also 89. The collective numbers are going up.
Yeah.
We've got an
I love
89
this.
in the chat as well.
There is
Guys,
a
get on
out of
board.
100. Let us know. That'd be really good, actually, because there might be some 10s out there and who need some 90s to come give them a little wing.
I
Oh,
reckon if you're 100, you're having a manic episode. Like, I'm scared of 100s.
I think 100. I think manic is also lower. Like, you know, if you're feeling manic, you're like I feel like 100 is whole.
Like a hyper happy manic episode. No?
I don't think I feel good when I'm in those sort of like hyper manic.
Just come crashing after.
And so I think like I am at 78, I think. Is that what I said? Because I feel like really like I feel pretty zen. I feel like, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna brag because you guys.
Stop it.
I'm fine. I just need to be grounded. I just need to meditate and I'll be good. I just been so busy. Anyway,
I've got an awkward question. Well, actually, it's not awkward.
Oh, for God's sake.
Awkward, but it's useful for people that might who might be networking.
Let me get my serious helpful hat on then.
Yes. So this question is from John Drinkwater. And his question to you both is, what's your best tip for a networking introduction with somebody you have never met before?
So interesting, because this is exactly what I'm going to be talking about.
Ooh.
Segue in.
Yeah, you can segue in. Perfect.
So repeat the question.
Yeah. What's your best tip for a networking introduction with somebody you have never met before?
Honestly, I think warmth and interest. Like, just people love feeling like interesting, or not interesting, like people love feeling like you're interested. So if you just like be like interested and warm, it doesn't really matter what you say, I think. If you're making introductions. And I think as well, you've got to remember that networking isn't just about like finding clients or you know, getting referrals or whatever. It's about building up your network of people so that they'll refer you and that you get to know them, that you feel less lonely. So I think not treating it like a sales call. But I think that's a lot of people treat networking like a sales opportunity, and it's not that it's not, but it's just like you could use it as like a much more, if you meet someone and you connect with them, then they're in your circle, right? Like in school. And one of my friends who is amazing at networking, she doesn't go to networking events. She goes to like paddle, right? And then you're kind of forced into like, you can sign up on the app and then 4 of you will play around and then they have like little tournaments or whatever. And she meets people through there. And she got a meeting for her, she's a PA, she got a meeting for her boss for like a £2 million contract with someone she met at paddle. That's like, you know, that her agenda wasn't to get anything, it was to connect with people and have a good time. So I think like from that stance, if you go into a network event, warmth and be interested, but also don't just go to networking events to network traditionally, go to connect and enjoy yourself, because I think it's quite
as well. Prioritize making friends.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I second that. That's the absolute second it. The only thing I would add is like people can sniff out your intentions. It's very much like dating, right? You can tell when someone's just after one thing. You can tell when they're not actually interested. You can tell when people actually aren't listening. And you know, we can accidentally make mistakes when our intentions are too like when our intentions are too geared towards get the sale or get the opportunity, then we can actually make mistakes even if we're trying to not show that. We could slip up because we'll try and lead the conversation in that direction, or we'll ask questions that are a bit abrupt, or the conversation won't flow, and actually it will just be more stressful as well anyway. You can really sniff it out when someone's just after sales compared to when someone is genuinely wanting to make friends and is interested in you as a human being. And that's where it begins. And like Caroline said, there's networking in so many different dimensions. Like networking is just meeting and connecting with people. You can do that at a networking event. You can do that at a baby center. You know, you can do that anywhere. You do that in hospital. You know, we do that in the supermarket. We do it everywhere. It's just putting yourself in environments where the right kind of people that you want to be surrounding yourself with are, and the potential opportunities are. But yeah, I've absolutely smashed it in networking over the years personally, and that's in like conference environments and yeah, the networking events, but conference environments and masterminds and in courses and programs. And I've smashed it because I've made friends with the right people, and I've made good friends with the right people. And those people have unlocked doors for me. They've led me to opportunities that have given me amazing things, and helped me grow in so many different ways. Like speaking on big stages, or getting interviewed on podcasts, or, you know, actually signing big clients, you know, various different opportunities. But it all came from just wanting to make more friends.
I think that's really interesting because there's three kinds of like networking, isn't there? There's like dedicated networking, then there's like conferences, like that's relevant networking, but then there's like social networking as well. That's really interesting. I don't think I've ever like made those distinctions, but that's really important. So yeah, try and get yourself out into other networking circles. Don't be focused on your own agenda, and be nice. I was gonna say like in a really obnoxious way, like don't be a
don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick. That's the answer. We take everything out. Take everything out. We just said, just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
That's it. So effectively take the sales mindset out of it and go make friends.
Change your priority from wanting to get something from someone to wanting to build relationships. And if you do that in marketing across the board, you can have a much better result everywhere, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really the key. Like I think the interesting change between networking and marketing is scale. So how do you go from being, how can you demonstrate warmth and interest to 1,000 people? That's an interesting challenge, and that all comes down to like messaging and consistency and
It's funny you said that, because we're using networking events to scale.
Yeah, exactly.
The answer is you run your own.
Yeah.
You do one to many connecting.
Yeah. That is a good thing as well. It's like connecting other people with each other. Then you're not like responsible for connecting to 1,000 people. But I think we showcase that we care about people, and that we want people to feel good, even if we can't directly connect to them. Because when we run a networking event, we prioritize connection and people's comfort and enjoyment. So that's all it is on a bigger scale. So we can't go up to every single person and be like, are you having a good time? How can we make it better for you? But we just try and make that a priority. And I think people feel prioritized.
Yeah. We just had a great comment from Neil, by the way, who has tinged on a string of mine that drives me nuts. I don't know what phrase that was. Tinged on a string of mine. Anyway, he picked a chord, what's the bloody word? I don't flipping know.
Chord.
Struck a chord. Pinged on a string. Pinged on a string. I prefer pinged on a string. I think
I know what you're talking about, though.
Anyway,
oh God.
he said, I love the person who walks into the room with a box of business cards and wants to get rid of all 250 in one meeting. I avoid them like the plague. Yes, I agree. I think you should, I challenge you, Neil, to get a badge made that says, don't give me business cards. I like trees. They are the most useless thing ever. Like, no, they are just useless in every sense of the word. Useless. But anyway, moving on.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jennifer.
Okay.
Or anything today. We're very zen. We're just, I think we've definitely got end of year vibes happening right now.
Yeah, we do.
Jennifer's in bed.
Yeah, the awkward part about awkward questions is about that Jennifer's sat in my bed.
Yes, I am.
It's me. I've got a whole flipping studio set up down here, and you go and flipping sit in my bed. Never mind.
Yes, I do.
Anyway, love you, darling. I'll see you in a minute.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much.
So, Caroline, I've got a challenge for you.
Okay.
You got 15 minutes to bring something valuable to the rebels. Give them some info, some intel, some insight, maybe teach them something new, or remind them of something important that they already know. But you've got 15 minutes to do so, and your clock will start soon. Anything you need before we start?
No.
No? Good. All right. 15 minutes. And before we get started with this next segment, in a minute, I'm going to be looking for 3 volunteers from those of you that are with us here live on Zoom. Because what we're going to do is we're going to grill Caroline. We're going to put Caroline as Rebel in the spotlight today. She's going to share a story with us, and we've got to figure out if that story is true or false. And I need 3 volunteers to come and help me grill Caroline. So if you fancy grilling Caroline, you'll have just the only requirement is that you ask her a couple of questions about the story she shares, and that's it. It's nothing too scary. Neil's hand is up. I love that, Neil. I will be in the chat with you organising that in a second. And if anybody else wants to volunteer, I've got 2 more spaces for that, but I will talk more about that in a minute. For now, Caroline is going to teach you something, and the timer is going to start. Ready?
Yes.
Steady?
Yes.
Go.
So, I think I'm going to go. Are you going to make? There we are. I'm all big. We amazingly, synchronicity, it's not a word, had John asking about connecting at networking events. And I want to talk about digitally connecting in networks, specifically the Rebellious Business Network on Facebook or school if you're in there. But really, like we said, there's different kinds of networks, right? There's the specific dedicated networking spaces. There's also like professional groups, i.e. things like affiliate marketing group or coaching groups, like things that are like relevant to your business. And there's also social groups as well. Like maybe you've got like I'm in local groups, like I don't know, I can't even think of any, like music, like local live music groups, like stuff like that. Or maybe you're in like a crocheting group or a buy and sell group or whatever it is. So you've got like there's a variety of different ways that you can go about networking. But I want to talk about how to connect online. And what I would like to do is help you guys create a post that's authentic that you can use to introduce yourself. And it's not just about creating the post, it's also about the process of creating this post so that you can do it repeatedly and also just generally learn some good habits in regards to content creation, especially using AI. So quickly on content creation. So if you're trying to introduce yourself to a network or a group or whatever on Facebook, you have to create a post, you have to create some kind of introduction. ChatGPT can churn out so much content so fast all the time. And that has meant that the bar needs to go up, right? I think like a constant stream of content and lots of content, quantity used to be a commodity, but it's not so much anymore. You really need to focus on quality. And the big difference with copy or content written directly by AI versus with a human influence, and the right human influence, comes down to authenticity and being genuine. And I think the way to achieve authenticity is through a bit of stream of consciousness and soul searching. And so what you want to do is you want to delve into who you are in a really authentic, I hate that word, I know it's really buzzwordy, but authentic way, your authentic self. But I'm going to try and help you actually do that rather than just say buzzwords. And also combine it with a prompt that will create you some quality introduction post that reveals something about you and is relevant to your business and encourages engagement and gets a result. Because another thing that's really important about introducing yourself and being online, which I want everyone to just, this important note here, your posts should always have some form of call to action. It should always have, like, you know, click, like, even as a bare minimum, like, follow, share. It doesn't always have to be like, you know, fill in an app, like apply to work with me, or even book a sales call. It doesn't always have to have that, but it should have some form of engagement. And getting people to like or engage is really valuable in terms of building up connections and getting more exposure, because here's the sequence of what's going to happen. You're going to create a post that's really authentic, engaging. You're going to also see the process to create a post that's authentic, engaging, that you can do in other ways, not just an introduction, but I don't know, other things like introducing what your business is and your service, and then putting out promotions. Like, we're going to create this post that's authentic and it's as a cut above the rest of AI generated superficial introduction posts that everyone can see through and no one cares about. You're going to do that, and it's going to have a call to action to engage with me in the comments, because I want to meet more business owners, or I want to meet more people, or I want to get to know you, right? So this is going to be an introduction post that wants people to showcase themselves as well. So you'll get that, ideally, that introduction, and people are more likely to introduce themselves to you because of the authenticity that you've injected into this post. And then once people are engaging, that tells Facebook that you're a poster worth elevating. And not only will that mean you get more reputation with Facebook, they're going to push out more of your posts, but that particular post will go further as well. If it's authentic, it's engaging. I've got some evidence of this. I teach the promotion pass class inside the Rebels Business Tribe. We go through like processes to create content that connects and converts. And there's a whole sort of, curriculum in that sense, or we have a whole, I don't know, diary of like, here's engagement week, here's revelation week about what you do, here's introduction to service, here's promotion week. We have that going. But going through this process with introduction posts about who I am, and also teaching other people how to do this in the group, I just brain dumped a load of stuff. I paired it with this prompt, which I'm going to share with you. And that was one of the best performing posts we've had in a long time. And it was really revealing, because it was like, okay, people want to get to know me. And I think I even posted it from my personal account into the Rebellious Business Network as well. So I didn't even it might have not been, so I won't claim that. But regardless, we look at all of our posts, and it was a really high performing post. And considering we go live every week as well for an hour, like, that's quite hard. We got just a photo and a caption that just shot up. And the photo as well was just of me, right? We like photos of faces. I'm not going to get too much into the photo element and what to provide as an image, but a really nice, just a natural picture of you. So I'm going to quickly show you that post that I created anyway. We're not going to recreate the same one. I'd like to create lots of these with time, but we're going to create something, similar. So this is going to be a practical step-by-step process. I don't have the same time with you like I do in the promotion pass class to really go through, like, because normally I set times and things or whatever. So I'm just going to go through the process, and you're going to prioritize the timing of that yourself. The Rebellious Business Network has been so busy that I can't even find my post at the moment, which is amazing. I love that. Maybe I won't just dig that out. How annoying. Let me just search for myself quickly.
Yeah, search for you. If you go in members and search your name, then all your recent activity will come up.
I can see my big head right now because I'm live. Oh well, I just can't find it. It'll be in our insights. Would you be able to dig that out for me, please?
I don't know which post you mean though, that's the trouble.
It's the one of me at the table at Vanessa's house. Do you know?
Oh yes, the typing one that you guys did.
Yes, yeah. Not the video though. But anyway, so you'll dig that out. But regardless, so I only want to use that as an example to show you guys like the quality, like the picture. I just got my sister to take a picture of me while I was typing away. And you know, it wasn't fancy, it wasn't whatever, but it just, I think it struck an authenticity chord. Look at me doing metaphors better than Cordelia. Okay.
I got it.
You got it. Let's have a look.
Oh, should I just share screen actually? Couldn't I?
Yeah, quickly have a share. Sharey screeny.
There you go.
There we go. This one. Yeah, people loved it. And so you can see the picture of me. Look, the table's a mess. There's a bag on the floor. Like, you know, it was just, I never use those long dashes either, because I think they see that anyway, there's long dashes which just shout, they scream, I've been written by ChatGPT. Look out for them now, because you'll see them, you're like, oh yeah. So anyway, this is the standard to go for, right? You don't need to do anything really amazing. So I'm just going to unshare screen now, because I think they've got the gist of that, because we need to go through the steps. I've got 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Yeah, I have. So what you're going to do is you're going to answer this question, but in a stream of consciousness. Okay. So the question is, and it's an in-depth one. So thinking about your customer experience from the moment they get on a sales call with you, or maybe even before that, like you can really stretch this if you want to, but just like, I want you to be imagining something very realistic, right? When you ground yourself in something you can kind of see, this really helps to inject authenticity. So you're going to think about your customer experience from the very start, like them on a sales call with you, all the way through to offboarding, or them entering into a retainer program, or whatever it is, like that whole customer journey that you have for your clients. Like if you imagine that all the way through, which parts of that do you absolutely love doing? Like you've got business, we all have to do things that we do not like to do, but what parts of that process light you up and really like fill you with like energy and joy, and like you're like, oh, I love doing that. So this was a really good question that I posed on the last Promotion Pass class, and some of the answers that came out of it were really amazing. And you could see as well that when people were talking about it, they got animated and they were like enthusiastic, and it was just like, it was such a great question to like, it was in a blend of a few, but this one was the one that I wanted to share with you guys today, because I think it elicits really good responses. So thinking about that, what you'd want to do then is then brain dump. And I want you to like go, and you can come up with 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever it is, but ideally, like maybe even just like write down, like list the parts of it, right? So for me, I absolutely love writing. I actually really like one-to-one coaching. Like the regular, if it's regular connection, right? Like once a week coaching, I really like that. I like having that regular connection and problem solving on the call. I love writing, and I like teaching as well, right? There's lots of things I like to do, and I will go into detail about that. Just for like set a timer for 5 or 6 minutes, and you just write as much as you can. And what you want to do as well is talk into emotion words: love, excite, you know, things that are like really emotional, like you want to touch into those emotional words. You want to see those. Like, I absolutely love it when I do this. I feel really connected to people when I'm regularly doing this, and when I've solved this problem, it makes me feel really fulfilled, and I feel like I'm really meaningful and useful. Like, real connection words and emotion words, they're going to help to show your true self. And then you're going to pair it with this prompt. Here we go. So here's the prompt. So it's a bit meta. I'm literally about to read. So you're going to take that stream of consciousness answer, and you're going to add it to what I'm about to read afterwards, right? So this prompt is introducing the whole purpose of this exercise. I'm going to share the prompt in the chat and also on Facebook so that you guys can copy and paste it. And the prompt is this: I'm going to be introducing myself to a network of business owners and my ideal clients, and I want to be really meaningful and authentic and have depth to my introduction. So what I'm providing is a stream of consciousness response to this question. When thinking about my customer journey, from when my prospect is on a sales call all the way through to offboarding and maybe entering into a retainer program, which part about this process do I absolutely love to do, and why? By providing the stream of consciousness answer, I'm giving you meaningful information about my business, my service, that is also telling you about me and who I am. And I would like you to create that introduction post using the stream of consciousness answer to connect with people. And I'd like the call to action to be about engaging in the comments for other business owners to introduce themselves once they've read this. So you're going to take that prompt and you're going to add that stream of consciousness response, and it's going to give you a really nice answer. I'm going to actually, do you know what? I'm going to cheat here. This is how great ChatGPT is. I'm going to say, I've got 48 seconds. So I'm going to say, please, because I haven't actually done this exercise. I just pulled it up. Just pulled up the pieces of it, but I'm going to say, please create me some placeholder. Please create me, and this is great as well. If you ever want to get examples, you're like, I don't really know what to expect. I'm going to say to ChatGPT now, a real cheat, please create me some placeholder stream of consciousness answers that is a good example of what I should be creating. And then what you're going to do is I'm going to take that placeholder information, pair it, and it will show you the outcome. So that, by the way, if you ever need to, if you ever I do a lot of prompts, like ChatGPT prompts, where you hit the button which says ask me questions, and it will produce questions that you then enter the answers. It's getting complicated, but basically, if you ever get stuck filling in blanks, ask ChatGPT to give you placeholder information as an example. Stream of consciousness. Please create me placeholder stream of consciousness answers as an example of what would work well using emotion words and connecting words. Okay. And then, so that's going to go into the chat as well. I'm going to put that as a comment. So that's the prompt, by the way, for anyone who's watching. And now my stream of consciousness example it's a bit long, but this is what ChatGPT has given me. When I think about my customer journey, the part I absolutely love most is that moment of realization when a client suddenly sees what's possible for them. It's often in the middle of a deep conversation during our strategy session when they'll pause and they'll say, I've never thought about it in that way. And that moment is pure magic to me. It's not just about the service I'm providing. It's about unlocking their potential, helping them break through whatever is holding them back. I love to see their confidence grow as we work together, when their voice starts to change, become steadier, more sure of the value they're creating, watching someone who came in feeling overwhelmed or stuck turn into someone who's empowered. Anyway, so it's gone on, it kind of rambled on. So I'm now going to take that. I'm going to start a new chat, and I'm going to blend it with my prompt that I've just given you, and I'm going to show you what the prompt is, that the outcome that came out. And hopefully you'll see that it's better than a lot of the stuff that you see out there that's generated by ChatGPT without any authenticity and that sort of spark in it. And I think once I've done that, I've blended them together, by the way. I know you guys can't see my screen, but I've just taken one stream of consciousness answer to that question. I've taken the prompt, I've blended them together. Now here is the post. let's get real for a moment. Who I am and what I do. When I think about my work, the part I absolutely love most isn't the spreadsheets, the tools, or even the goals we hit, although they're great. Is that moment, you know, the one when a client pauses mid-strategy session, eyes lighting up and says, I've never thought about it that way. That moment is pure magic to me. It's where transformation begins, where potential that felt buried under overwhelm or self-doubt finally breaks through. It's about more than solving a problem. It's about unlocking something within them that they didn't even realize was there. I think that's lovely, if I'm honest. I mean, there's more. I'm gonna just I'm not gonna read out the whole thing to you guys, but in terms of quality, I think it's a really lovely post. Oh, I can't post it in the chat because it's too long. I'm gonna break it up into two.
Yeah, and maybe we can just pop it in the Rebellious Business Network Facebook group after the show as well. So for anybody that wants that prompt, because actually the outcome of that was really lovely.
Right.
That stream of consciousness. I've never thought of asking ChatGPT to give me a stream of consciousness in that way. But yeah, so for those of you that are watching on the live stream or the replay, we will put this prompt inside the Rebellious Business Network Facebook group. Search Rebellious Business Network on Facebook. We'll put it in as a post and we'll pin it to the top for the next couple of days so that you can grab it easily.
That's me done. I know I went over.
Marvelous. Did you share the prompt or just the output?
I shared the prompt. I shared the prompt more. I didn't actually share the stream of consciousness out. I shared the prompt and I shared the output, but I haven't shared the stream of consciousness placeholder example. Do we want that? I'll share all of it.
Yeah, share all of it. We'll share all of it in the Facebook group after the show. Let's do that.
Cool.
Well done, Caroline. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions about that? I know it's a very whistle-stop tour, and for those of you that are on Zoom with us, you guys, most of you have access to the promo pass class, which will be happening. Is it next week? The next one? Just better check before I go announcing. I should probably add a spotlight so I don't look like voice of God. Hi. But yeah, so the promo pass class will be happening next week on Tuesday at 12:30. So if you're in the tribe, look out for that event, because Caroline's got a good chunk of time to spend with you breaking all this stuff down. And what I've seen on the outskirts looking in, and I haven't been on the promo pass class, but I've heard things and I've seen things off the back of it, there is a lot of action taking coming out of that session, where as a collective they're posting things that are similar and together and supporting each other. So it's a really good thing to jump on and get involved with. We have Pam with her hand raised. Is that because you have a question, Pam?
To be honest, no, I just wanted to say thanks for that, because I use ChatGPT. I love it. I love ChatGPT, and I use it a lot to ask it questions, but I've never kind of done it in that way that you've just done it there. So no, I just want to say thank you for that. That's kind of given me some really good ideas.
Oh, good. Thanks. You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing. I love that.
But I've put my hand down now. Oh yeah.
So we are going to move into the game part of the show, which is where we either have one of our rebels in the spotlight or one of us jumps into the spotlight. And today in the spotlight is Caroline Antonia, who is this Caroline right here, not a different one, the same Caroline. Caroline, annoyingly, has not told me whether she's about to share a true story or a false story. I've always left out of the loop on this. It's really frustrating. But what's about to happen is Caroline is going to share a statement with us. And that statement is going to be a story about something that she's experienced, or it might not. We need to figure out whether she's telling the truth or whether she's telling a lie. And to help me, I've rabbled together some rebels who are going to join me on a panel. And their job is going to be to ask Caroline a question each. And they have a total of 2 questions each that they can ask. And then we're going to turn to you guys watching on the live stream, and of course here on Zoom, who aren't in the panel, to also ask a question as well. And what would be great is if you do have any questions that you want to ask, put them in the chat, because it will help our guys on the panel if they're stuck and can't think of something to ask. So the aim of the game is that we need to call Caroline's bluff, and we need to basically figure out whether she is telling us the truth or she is lying. And her aim of the game is to pull the wool over our eyes, and that is what we're going to do. So Caroline, are you ready to share your statement? Is it there?
I'm ready.
Are you good to go? Okay.
I'm ready.
So first in the panel we have Neil Muxlow.
Well, quite scary, isn't it?
What's scary?
It's quite scary. I've not done the Rebel in Spotlight yet.
Oh, it's fun. I won mine. I expect you to win yours too. I'm joking. No pressure. No pressure. Ladies and gentlemen, first in the panel, we have Neil Muxlow, who is an amazing guy and is basically making a huge mark by supporting his daughter to get into business. And he helps other people get into business too through starting a multi-level marketing business in promoting Live Good products, which are supplements and health products to help you live better, live stronger, live good. That should be their tagline if it isn't. But there we go. This is Neil. So there we have it. And then we also have Emily. And Emily, I'm going to ask you to give us a quick 10-second introduction of who you are and what you do, because we've only just met yesterday and I do not want to butcher it.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm Emily Ray. I have my own HR consultancy. And what I'm looking to do is just kind of turn it all on its head. I think everyone's really bored of HR traditional policies and practices, and I think it's done. And if I have to sit in one more room where I feel embarrassed to say that I work in HR without everyone going, oh, really? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm actually really proud of what I do. And what I do is a little bit what Caroline was saying, is making people go, I haven't thought of it like that before. And those moments and those breakthroughs, that's what it's all about. And kind of that's where I want this whole industry to start going. And so it's starting one step at a time, and that's what I'm about.
And there we have it. Welcome. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Emily Ray. And last but definitely not least, we did have Pam offer to volunteer. Big shout out to Pam, because that was really lovely of you. But Pam's short on time, but hopefully you'll come back next time, Pam, and join us in the panel. We're doing this now where we just look for Oh, Rob, I've just spotlighted you and unspotlighted everybody else. Normally that's Caroline that does that. Sorry. Sorry, Rob. Didn't mean.
I'm all alone.
Didn't mean to freak you out there. No, I'm all right. I just hit the wrong button. It happens. Add spotlight. And there we go. Okay. And yeah, Rob, thank you very much for joining us here on the panel. Can you, like Emily, I know you are a mindset coach, but I've been seeing your Instagram stories, Rob. You seem to take people on expeditions. So I think there's more to you than meets the eye when it comes to what it is that you do. Do you want to give us a 10-second introduction?
Expeditions makes me sound like Sir David Hillary or whoever he is, whatever.
I've got a picture of you with those ski walking
those
things.
poles,
yeah.
walking up the mountains and stuff, like Scott of the Antarctic. No, we, as well as that, I have a separate, because I have a love for running and fitness. Me and a friend of mine, we set up an outdoor community. It's not even a run club, it's an outdoor community about 7 months ago, and it just started with us two, but it's exploded, and we've got probably over 600 people in a private WhatsApp group, and thousands across channel. But anyway, we did running, we do walking, we do hiking, as you saw. So we do regular hiking. We have over 100 people sometimes on those hikes, and it's just gone crazy. We've got some stuff planned for abroad next year and everything. So yeah, I do that as well. But I wouldn't say an expedition. That makes me sound a lot more. I sound like Bear Grylls. But
own it. This is a show, and we offer people tickets to this show. It's a Zoom call with a Zoom link. But own it. Make it sound fancy.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And if you're in the UK, join us. Join us. It's a great community.
That sounds phenomenal. I'm so glad I asked. Welcome. It's great to have you with us on the panel. So Caroline is going to share a statement.
Yeah.
I am getting a Stream Deck for Christmas, which I'm so excited. I keep telling anybody who will listen that I'm getting a Stream Deck for Christmas, which means I'll be able to press a button and a drum roll will happen. But because I haven't got a Stream Deck yet, which is totally what I'm blaming it on, I need to just waffle for a minute whilst I get my drum roll ready, because I haven't prepared my drum roll. The drum roll is now ready, and There we go. So
Yeah, the
sound
end,
check.
and if I reveal it's a truth or lie. But anyway, okay, so
Well, I'm just doing a sound check. It's fine. Go for it.
I was convinced a bride at her own wedding that I did not know, whose wedding I'd crashed, that we were childhood best friends, and we got into a really deep and emotional chat.
Whoa. You crashed a wedding and then persuaded the bride that you were childhood best friends.
Yeah.
Cool. I have so many questions. Have
Okay.
any of you all of a sudden got like a burning question? Because I'm going to come to you. Let me know who wants to go first. Rob, yes, I was about to say that's half a hand, which is a hand in my book. But just before we come to you, for those of you that are watching, please help the panel out. When you're suddenly under the spotlight and you've got to come up with a good question, it can be really hard. So if you know what it's like when you're watching TV, or like you know the answer to the question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it's gonna be so much easier for you guys to come up with questions because you're not here on the panel and you're not in the spotlight. So drop them in the chat and we'll make sure that we give you a shout out for your question. We don't just steal it without acknowledging you for coming up with such a wise question. Rob, coming to you. What's yours?
No, first of all, to start with, I just wanted to know whose wedding was it?
Well, I don't know. I didn't actually know her. I think her name was Emily or Emma.
And to follow that up, why were you there?
So when I was at uni, I was living on student loans and I had a very good social life. And a friend of mine and me decided that we would we actually started going to a venue which also hosted weddings. And one time we went there and they had a wedding and we kind of just got involved and was like, well, this is a great way to have fun, have a night out and not pay for drinks, which I know is not ethical. So we started doing that more regularly. And with time, I just got more like ballsy and audacious and just started like, getting involved basically and kind of seeing if I could get away with, I don't know, just lying about being a guest. So yeah, I used to crash weddings as a uni student.
Okay, there we go. Emily, Neil?
I've got a couple questions. I'll say in my strictest HR voice.
Let's start with one and then we'll come circle again.
How old were you when you were childhood best friends?
Well, we weren't. I didn't actually.
I know, but you obviously told the story, I presume.
It would have been I said primary school. So I guess I would have convinced her like it was like in like I think the narrative was that we lost touch when we went to secondary school. And so from age I don't remember like if we spoke about like nursery or anything, but in my head, when I think about it, I'm imagining myself as 7. Like that was that's the age I put myself as.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Neil?
Trouble is, I have a real suspicion that she could be a bluffer. So this is definitely a story that I think could be true, but however, where was the venue and what was it called?
It was Kew Vardis in West Drayton.
No hesitation there. I love this, Neil. Well, you just made me realise that whether she's lying or telling the truth, she's a bluffer. There's no question. She's either telling the truth and she bluffed it at the wedding, or she's lying and bluffing us now.
Yeah.
You have just cornered yourself for the title of bluffer, basically.
You are a good blagger. So did you speak to her after she got married or before?
It was after. They'd already got married. It was the after party. Like, when everyone's, but they like, yeah. So I spoke to her after she got married.
Okay. Emily, you got a question queued, I think. Or are we changing?
See, my usual technique would be just to let you sit and sweat and see what you say on your own volition.
Oh, I love it.
It's an excellent technique. You ask one question, you just watch somebody, they keep going and they keep going, and they'll tell you enough, whether it's true or
I can ramble. I reckon.
Yes, I do love it. I'm like, please ramble away. I was going to ask, do you remember what you were wearing?
Yes, I was wearing like a green, I don't know what they're called. Do you know those like, they're like silky and they've got very little shape, like maybe like a little like cowl kind of neck.
Yeah.
But like cowl, not, but it was strappy, and it was like a, well, that kind of cut, and it had not very much shape, but it was like long,
a cami
one. Kind of, I think,
like a slip dress.
Kind of like a slip dress. Yeah.
Dress. Okay.
Yeah. And it was green.
Were you alone?
Oh,
no.
Rob, you had 2 questions. Caroline, shh.
I'm okay. All right. Okay.
No, because the thing is if we ask her too many questions, then it's not fair. We have 2 questions each, and we've got one more from Neil. And then what we're going to do from there is we're going to kick Caroline off the screen. I'm going to start a 2-minute timer, and you guys are going to figure out whether you unanimously decide whether she's telling the truth or lying. So, Neil, your turn.
What was the groom's name and what did he look like?
I have no idea what the groom's name is. I don't even know what the bride's name is, which is terrible. But he was pretty, yeah, he was pretty handsome. He was like just tall. He had like dark hair, strong jawline.
So you would have.
He had a tuxedo on.
He would have. It was his wedding day.
I don't think he would have. I hope not. But I would have definitely
Sorry.
let him drink. But I didn't, obviously, because they were free.
The moral of the story.
He actually did buy me drinks, to be fair. Yeah.
Okay, well, there we go. Caroline, you are allowed to say no more because we don't have any questions in the chat. Jennifer, are you still with us on this call? Is there any questions in the live stream? Please do let us know.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Can't see it. Well, that means that, I mean, we've got one from John Drinkwater, which is, did it end in divorce? But I don't suppose you know the answer to that, Caroline, in this instance.
Not clear. That'd be really interesting to find, though.
I've got a question, but I'll ask you afterwards. Okay. So removing Caroline from the spotlight, guys, your job now is to come up with a unanimous decision and try and decide between you. It has to be, you have to all agree on true or false. You know, a couple of minutes to get that done, and then we'll pull Caroline back in and we'll put that drum roll to good effect and find out if she is telling the truth or lying. Just for you guys on the panel, top right hand corner, you will see a countdown timer. Hopefully you can see that. You can see it on me, but as I remove myself, you'll see it on the main one too. Go for it.
What do you think?
She's definitely a blagger. And if anybody could get away with it, she can.
I think she could. I think she's got the gift of the gab. I think she's got the confidence to do it.
Yep.
What I doubt is when you ask somebody such specific details, I wish I knew how long the wedding was, but to remember that you were wearing a green dress, which was a slip and a huge amount of detail, but yet you can't remember the age that you said to the bride, how you were friends and how that was, that gives me a red flag. When you overfixate on details that are irrelevant, sometimes it's a sign that somebody's not being completely honest. However, that's just an observation. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the case for this. She just might have a really lovely dress that she loved.
Exactly. It could.
Sure.
She's had time to get her thoughts together. So creating a man who's got a strong jawline, that could be a friend or a relative or whatever. So
a lot of the stuff I do with clients relates to body language and things like that. She was giving me so many lies-based body language cues, but in a short period of time, it doesn't really mean much. You have to do it over a longer period. But she was looking away. She was using a lot of hand gestures when she speaks normally. She doesn't. So it's a cue from a side of the brain where you're creating, so it's making something up, it's creating.
I thought the same thing. There is an uncomfortableness with it, but
But
she's also a good actor.
8 seconds.
So she could also be playing the double bluff. If anybody's in the comments, if anyone has any other thoughts or perceptions, let us know. But I think I'm leaning towards it being that she's bluffing.
Yeah, I agree.
But just might have been a long time ago.
Could have been a huge amount of time, like, yeah, for sure. And it could have just been that she's really good at doing a double reverse bluff.
No question.
So, do we have a decision, guys?
Yes.
I think we do.
But it's a tight one.
Loud so that
it's a tight one. It's a tight one.
Yeah.
She's a good blagger.
I think we're going with that. She's. I think we're saying that she's bluffing some of those details. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's find out.
It's a lie.
Yay!
Well,
anyone else see helicopters? You know where we are.
I was allocated this lie just as the show started.
Yes. Well, I actually need to apologise because I said to Caroline, don't be ridiculous. You can't come up with a bloody story now. It's 1 minute until the show begins. And because we did have Andy Dobson, who was going to be doing Rebel in the Spotlight, which he hopefully will be coming back next week because I love it. I love Andy's stories. But so Caroline got allocated Rebel in the Spotlight, literally 1 minute. I think we might have even been a minute late going live at this point. And she went, yeah, I can do it. I was like, no, you don't be ridiculous. I said, you're about to do your 15-minute present. She was like, I am a creative genius, I'll have you know.
You did great. Listen, it wasn't an easy call.
It wasn't.
I'll eat my hat.
I can't believe you revealed my like what's it called? Pompousness. I did say that I'm a creative genius. I would that was behind closed doors.
Oh, sorry.
Oh dear. But yeah.
You're definitely capable, no question.
Well, there we go.
Proper good blag, that one.
If anybody needs an alibi.
If I was with you, Caroline, I'd have a tracker on you every day. That's a good. You played it.
Saw through it though, so yeah.
Yeah, my question was going to be, what was your story for explaining why you were at the wedding?
Yeah,
if you didn't remember who you were.
Did she say that you and your friends used to crash them regularly at this particular venue?
Yeah. Which it wasn't true. None of it was true. I've never crashed a wedding. I crashed a birthday party once, but never crashed a wedding. I crashed a birthday party once. I think that's where I got the idea, because I was like, if I was given a truth, I'd talk about a time I crashed a birthday party and convinced everyone that I was a party planner. And I was there, my friend and me were there to like raise the energy, and we turned into a really fun party because it was so boring, and we've been sent in. Guys, we send it, we're the emergency fun team. But never crashed a wedding. And I do know that venue because it's near where I grew up, but it's nowhere near where I went to university. So yeah.
Well,
but yeah, you've got me, guys. I don't have to come back again. Fabulous.
Well, it was your body language and everything. I'll just give you an extra tip, so when you have to lie again, you can be even better.
Thank you. Yeah, I did think that. I thought I was really convincing, but apparently not.
No, you was.
Details.
Tiny details always gives it away, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love the end. I love the fact that the ending is we find out that Caroline is a good, honest soul, really. Which we knew anyway all along. There was a hairy moment there for us.
What did you think, Cordelia?
I thought it was true. It's the kind of thing I can imagine you doing with the girls when you were younger. But yeah, I don't know. I'm obviously not very. I'm very gullible and not very good at detecting lies. There we go.
You just know Caroline's personality better than her.
I was like, I bet Cordelia thinks it's true.
That's it.
I wouldn't put it past you. That's just. I really wouldn't. But there we go. You're good fun like that. That's why. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. This has been the Rebellious Business Show. These have been the rebels who we love and appreciate so much. Thank you for joining us on the panel, and for everyone else who has been watching here on Zoom and also on the live stream in the Facebook group, on the YouTube channel, on the business page, and of course on LinkedIn. Big love to all of you. I hope you feel a bit picked up because that is the aim of the game. Midweek pick me up. Do you feel a bit picked up, Jennifer? I wonder. I definitely do.
What are you out of 100
now? I definitely do. Let's put me up to a 52.
52. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely at a 74 now. Doing
Even
good.
though I'm out lying, I'm an 85.
Oh, there we go. Love it. We will be back here next Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. for another episode of the spontaneous, batshit crazy, but a lot of fun, Rebellious Business Show. And we'll see you there. In the meantime, there is no networking event happening tomorrow, but you've got loads of days to get registered for it. And to get registered, all you've got to do is come and join us inside the school community, because inside that community, we host loads of events, and that is one of them. I will see you next week. Lots of love. And for those of you here in NAC week, I'll see you on Friday. Speak soon.